Hey YouTube, this is Southern Prepper 1. As you see in front of you, this is a power box, and I'll be reviewing it. During my testing and researching of this product, I saw some reviews of this unit that were positive, and they were being reviewed not from the eyes of a prepper, for sure. They were being reviewed for someone that might take this camping, or someone that might use it for a drone, or photographers that need to have power out in the field. I review power boxes based off of my eyes for my subscribers from a prepper or a survivalist point. These might need to be used if the power goes off for a short-term emergency, or if the power goes off for a long-term grid or a national emergency. So this one is Alpha ESS. This company has been in business a long time, I think since 2012. They were specializing more in huge power storage. This is a 1036 watt-hour battery. So this is a medium-sized machine. It has a 1,000-watt inverter in it, and it can surge up to 2,000. This is also a pure sine wave inverter, which is very big for us as preppers to run any type of computer or sensitive electronics. Because this is a lithium-ion battery, the weight is lower. It is only 25 pounds, so it makes it ideal for people that are elderly or people that can't lift. It does come with a great handle, which is nice because it's big enough for two people to carry it, one on each side. And some of the elderly people can't lift 25, but between them and their spouse, it is very, very doable. This unit is a 110 volt unit. It's not a 120 volt unit. More the expensive units are the 120 units. This does come with a 24-month warranty, and it comes with a great manual. The manual's in English, totally in English, so it's very compact, but it is an excellent manual, and it really will answer 99% of your question. This machine, being a medium-sized machine, I would say for the prepper, it would be very useful for running a fan in the summertime. It can run lights, a CPAP machine or an oxygen concentrator. If you need to charge batteries, or if you have any handheld radios you need to charge, this would definitely work. Now the CPAP or the oxygen concentrator, some of them have heaters for the dehumidifier, so they do require a lot of power. So you need to really check on how much power your medical device draws to see if a medium size will work for you. This particular model here definitely will charge at this point right here. There's your only input here, other than an input for 100 watts through the USB-C port. But this is your main charging point, and it does come with a battery brick that you will plug into this. The one negative side about this is it will take a while to charge. The charger is only going to put 180 watts into this machine. So I think the manual says 7 to 8 hours to charge it. I was doing it in a little less than 7 hours from the wall. Or if you plugged it into a generator, it would still take about 7 hours. You can also, it comes with a car charger, so you can charge it off a cigarette lighter. And then you can also charge it from a solar panel located, same plug. Now you will not have any adapters, so if whatever solar panel you buy, make sure the adapters will fit the input, and that's a 5525. Now this is not a UPS, an uninterrupted power supply. So that is what I look for a prepper power box. It's not one of those. Next, I look for if it will handle pass-through. Now, this did handle pass-through. I could literally use it, and what pass-through means is I can be using it to charge. I could have my solar panels hooked up to it, and I could be charging it and also using power off of it. So I got it to work, but I will tell you on page 16 of the manual it says, can the AP1000 be recharged while using? The answer they give, the manufacturer says yes, it does support pass-through charging, which is not suggested since it may cause damage to battery life. So you have to look into that. Do you want to do pass-through? I would not recommend it, seeing the manufacturer does not recommend it. So there's no pass-through feature on this. Very easy to turn on, is a very basic basic unit. Basically, you're going to have watts in, watts out, and then you have a percentage in the bottom showing you how much life you have in the battery. This covers a lot of things. You do have your 3 electrical plugs in the bottom. You do have your cigarette lighter here, so you can charge anything that's off of a 12-volt cigarette lighter at 10 amps. It also has some 55-25 plugs there, 2 of those. It also is made to charge wirelessly on the top. The unit also comes with a light. Light's very easy to use. Push it once, low, push it twice, medium. Then you can go to high as 3 push. It also has the SOS flashing that will give you a seizure if you look at it too long. So it does come with a light. The unit is very basic. There's no frills. The screen is small, but it does do the job. So some things that I do not like on this unit, if I was recommending it for a prepper during an emergency time. First of all, this is a lithium ion battery, so it's not an iron phosphate. That is why you have a lighter unit. If this was an iron phosphate, this machine would be very heavy, and it might not be able to be picked up by the average person that's an elderly person or a handicapped person. So if you go in with the iron phosphate, you might not be able to pick it up. The downside is it's only 1,000 cycles. Now, if you're long term, that might be a problem. Also, there is no UPS, so it's no interrupted power supply. To me, that's big. UPS is better than pass-through. It does not have pass-through. It's not recommended to use it. So as a prepper, you need pass-through. You need to be able to charge it and draw it down. You might need a medical device, and it might not have enough power on it, so you hook it up to your generator, you hook it up to your solar panel. So you want at least minimum pass-through. Another thing is the slow charge rate. It's only going to charge from a generator or from the wall outlet at 180 watts. So you could take 7 hours of running your generator just to charge that up. That's not acceptable in the prepping field. 7 hours of fuel. Now, if you were going to run your generator already to power other devices, then that's not really a problem. But still, way too long on the charge controller needs to be bigger. If you were trying to charge this with solar, it literally, if you don't have really great days and you only have a 100-watt panel, you might need 2 full days of sun or very close to that just to charge this unit back. One thing I don't like about it is when you're using it, a lot of the units will have the time left. So if you plug things in, it will give you how much life is still in the battery, how much time in minutes or hours it will run the load you have plugged in. That's very important. You might be running a piece of medical equipment and you might say, can I get through the night? And plug it in and look, and you can say, okay, I have 7 hours of life or 6 hours of life. Without that, you sort of have to calculate, and on most units, you don't have to do that. So I like having the ability to tell me exactly how much time do I have left in that load that I'm pulling off the battery. Next, we need to look at customer service. That you need to do your research. Find out who you want to buy a power box from and try to contact their customer service. Do you get a response back from them? Because if you have a problem, you might not get a response back, and I have found that to be true, or the response takes forever, or you don't get the answers you want. So always look with any product, look at your customer service. Is there any customer service? Another thing is the 110 volts instead of 120. It's not a game changer at all. When you evaluate these things, I think my biggest evaluation now is going to be on price per watt hours, price per one single watt hours. This unit originally is $1,000. Original price on Amazon is $1,000. I see it occasionally in the last month or so cheaper. They have this machine on sale for $799. Starting tomorrow with Black Friday specials, they have a coupon code that they'll be putting out, and I already have it in advance. I will give it to you in the description. So it brings the unit price down to $639. Seeing it's a 1,036 watt hour machine, that comes out to be 62 cents a watt hour. So when you're looking at different units, just go down to watt hours. Now, you're 62 cents of watt hours, but then you have to take in that it is a lithium ion battery. You got to take in everything else you like or dislike about it. So compare apples to apples. You might find another machine that's a lithium iron phosphate, and you might like that better. So look at price and look at what type of battery it is. This machine, I couldn't find anything wrong with it. I've thoroughly tested it. I would plug my heater into it. I would run it all the way down to 0. I would then plug it in and charge it up. The only thing I did find was if I discharged it completely and immediately plugged it in to charge, the high temperature light would go on and it would not let me charge. So if you're going to discharge it quickly all the way down to 0, let it sit for 10, 15, 20 minutes to cool off and then plug it in. So this unit would work great if you're a camper and you want to take it out to keep the kids' toys or laptops or anything charged up while you're camping, to put a fan in your tent, to put lights in your tent, or if you're a drone operator, this would work great because you don't need a heavy unit. You don't need to be carrying 50 pounds out to the field, and this will give you plenty of juice to do a lot of things. But is this the best thing for the prepper? That will have to be your decision. You might not be able to carry or lift a heavy object, so having a lithium-ion battery will give you the ability to at least move it around your house. So it's the Alpha ESS. On all the testing and evaluation I did, it worked fine. The inverter is very strong. It will definitely handle a little over 1,000 watts with no problem. If you've got any questions, put them in the comment section or just email me at southernprepper1@yahoo.com. Thanks for watching.